All right, in this video, I'm going to share the four main pillars of my Freedom Creator model. This is everything that has enabled me to average right around 30K a month for the last 6 years. I'm going to talk about offers, how to price and position your offer. I'm going to talk about ads because ain't nobody got time to just rely on organic content. I'm going to show you what ads I'm using right now that are working to get clients on autopilot because I know you don't want to spend all day marketing and selling and trying to chase prospects down. So I'm going to dive into that. And I'm using my old Logitech P webcam to do it because my phone's not working right now. So bear with me. Let's dive in. All right. So the goal here of this video isn't really to convince you of anything. It's to simply peel back the curtain, show you what's working for me and my clients, and more importantly, like what I'm doing right now to build a freedom business. Because if you're anything like me, you want freedom in your life, man. I'm a dad of three. I don't like working all day, every day. Although I do enjoy work, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be a slave to my business. So the goal is to build a freedom business. What does that mean? That means you get paid for your expertise, your wisdom, your skills, your knowledge, not just your execution, right? Not just your service, not just you pushing buttons and doing work on behalf of your clients. You get paid for your wisdom and experience. So if you're a brand new beginner, this probably is not for you. But if you're a coach, a mentor, a consultant, an author, somebody that has skills, maybe you've built a business and now you're teaching other people how to build a business. Maybe you've gotten through an amazing transformation, a weight loss transformation or a spiritual transformation, and now you want to walk other people through that. That is what a freedom business is. And it's really built on the premise of set the captives free, right? Like that's our mission in life. That's my mission in life, is to set the captives free. And that's what we do with our businesses. We solve problems. People are enslaved to problems. And if you can set them free from that problem, because you yourself have gone through that transformation or you've walked other people through that transformation, then you now have a freedom business, right? And a freedom business generates you at least 15K a month in reoccurring profit. That's really where I found the sweet spot is, where the bills are covered, you're saving, you're able to be generous, and it's recurring. You're not having to chase one-off sales all day, every day. A freedom business is also built on having automated client acquisition, where you're not having to spend hours every single day in the DMs, chasing people down, doing cold prospecting. It's built on paid ads, right? And I'm going to dive into the exact strategy, but we don't rely on organic algorithms to get clients, right? That is no fun. Although organic's important, you want to have paid ads because that is the key to freedom and leverage, where you can wake up every day to new DMs. People are interested in what you do because of paid ads. And a freedom business is one that serves your life, right? It's not something that enslaves you, that causes you to be chained to your email, chained to Slack, chained to your clients, always on this hamster wheel of fulfillment. No, it's built on leverage, and it's unapologetically designed to serve your life. Yes, we serve our clients, but the way you structure it, your model, your ads, your client acquisition, your marketing, your sales, everything is constructed so that you, the founder, can have freedom, so you can enjoy your life, right? I mean, that's what we're doing this for ultimately, right? I know I am, is to enjoy my life, spend time with my kids, have hobbies, play more basketball, play more golf, do things that I enjoy. That's what it's all about. A freedom business is also one that is built around your calling. Like, you know that you are on a mission, that what you are doing, the problems you are solving, you have conviction around. You feel like this is the Lord's work, right? You are doing what you were called to do, what you were put on this earth to do. You just need help marketing, structuring the business, but you are doing the work that fills your soul. One of the best ways to describe this is what Jesus said. He said, "My bread, my food is to do the will of my Father," right? To finish the work he has sent me. And bread is speaks of sustenance, right? It speaks of fulfillment. I'm here to help you build a business that is fulfilling and profitable. And that comes by aligning yourself with your God-given skills, your unique talents, solving problems you are called to solve, working with people you were designed to work with. So if any of this resonates, then stick around, because I really believe these four pillars will help you build your freedom business as it has me. All right, let's talk about all the business models I've tried, just to really give you a context for how I came about and why I created the Freedom Creator model. All right. So over the last 14 years, I've tried a lot of different things. It all started when I was 24, ran a gym for 9 years, didn't know what the heck I was doing, but somehow made it work. And with God's grace, I was able to sell the gym in 2019 for 120K. But this is really where I learned how to run ads. If I look back on that time, it's how I learned to run paid ads, like the power of paid ads, to turn on an ad and get people to come to my gym. Like that was an eye opener. That was a game changer. And I'm so glad I learned that skill early on because that served me in all my other business ventures. 2019, I got the itch for more leverage, right? More freedom. I didn't want all the overhead of a brick and mortar business. So I started a marketing agency, right? I took my skills of how to run ads for my own gym and I started helping other gym owners in my network. Got up to 10K a month pretty quick in just a few months, but that was just all through organic DMs, right? I didn't really know how to run ads nationally to get clients from my own agency until I hired a mentor. He taught me that. And once again, another level of amazement on the power of ads, where I can just start booking calls with gym owners all across the world. Well, not the world, US and Canada, and pitch them my offer. $1,500 a month. I'll run your ads. I'll help coach you on your sales. So it was kind of a mix of coaching, a mix of ads, right? We'll run your ads. That was kind of the lead. But that all kind of came crumbling down in about when COVID hit, right? Good old COVID. But Alex Hormozy came along and saved the day. That was when he was running his Allen software. Basically gave me a new offer that I can pitch to gym owners, which was a pay per show, like a pay for performance. Hey, we'll get people to show up to your gym. We'll do everything to get them to show up. You just pay me $60 every time someone shows up. So that was really cool. Learned a lot from working weekly directly with Hormozy about sales and all that good stuff. But that inevitably came to an end. I ran that offer for about a year. I won't go into all the details with that. I've shared in other videos. But then I just really had this desire to work less, right? I was working a lot. I just had a new baby and I wanted to spend time and travel more. So came across the good old Go High Level SaaS agency offer, right? Just selling the software, selling software as a service. So I did that, came up with an offer, ads in 3 clicks for gym owners. Pay me $500 a month. You'll get the tools. Here you go. Do it yourself. My team will help support you. And it was cool. I literally worked like 4 hours a week. I profited about 10K a month during that season and traveled for 6 months in an RV with my family as we relocated from Austin back to California. So that was a fun season. And there's pros and cons, right? I'm just sharing the highlights here. In 23, had the desire to work hard again, to build something. I read the book, $100 Million Leads, and I was really inspired by the ads chapter. And I wanted to scale an offer with ads. I just remember thinking to myself as I was driving, I was doing a road trip to Santa Cruz and listening to the audiobook. And I'm just like, man, he talked about the power of ads. He's like, you just get one ad and you can literally print money. And I just remember that feeling that I've experienced in my other business ventures. So I wanted to do it again. So I came up with an offer targeting a dentist, because my dad was a dentist, helped him a little bit. And we came up with this done for you offer where we simply did everything for them. $2,500 a month. We'll run your ads. We'll call your leads, schedule your appointments, boom. And I was spending like 10K a month on ads and it was great. We hired a setter, hired a closer, but it just became way too damn stressful. All the hiring, having to find good closers, and then one would quit. And then the training and the recruiting, man, it was just a hot mess. And I just realized this is not freedom. I'm a slave to Slack. I'm a slave to training new people, recruiting. Like I am not that guy. I'm not an operator in that sense. This is not for me. But it took me a while to come to that conclusion because, I associated quitting with being a loser, right? I didn't realize quitting is actually the best thing you can do sometimes, and to shift and to pivot until you find the model that suits you. That's like, if you get anything from this, is that there's so many things out there that work, but you got to find what works for you, specifically with your unique talents and your gifts, right? So I remember reading a post from a mentor, how he said he had like 0% business stress. And I knew him enough to know he wasn't lying. He was making over 100K a month profit, just him and a VA, all from a coaching offer, like just selling advice, right? So I got pissed off and inspired all at the same time. Ended up hiring him to teach me his ways. Master Jedi, teach me your ways, because all I know is stress right now. And he went through a similar transition from like agency to coaching. So yeah, I did that. And launched a coaching offer, consulting offer to gym owners. We still do that. And it really just validated the model for me. Like, wow, I can get paid for giving advice and I don't have to like push the buttons for you, run the ads for you. It's a way better relationship dynamic where I'm not seen as just like an employee, but I'm also respected because they're hiring me as like a consultant. They want my knowledge and wisdom, right? And then lastly, what I'm doing now, which is predominantly my energy goes into, is coaching and mentoring other online entrepreneurs. The best business model is just coaching your past self, like people that are like you, right? That's who you feel called to serve. And if you can tap into that, you're going to have an abundance of energy. You're going to have sustainability. You're not going to get burnt out. We're going to dive into the first pillar of the Freedom Creator model, which is the core connection offer. So this is absolutely the foundation to building a freedom business. If you screw up the offer, you will enslave yourself. If you have the offer structure wrong, you will not be able to create leverage. You will not be able to create recurring revenue. You won't be able to have freedom of time, nor will you have the freedom of purpose where you feel fulfilled. You're working with the right kind of people. So we start here because most people think they have a marketing problem, right? I just need more leads. I just need more leads. But a vast majority of the time, it's like something is broken with the offer, whether it's the pricing, the way it's positioned, what you're focusing on, whatever it is. Like for me, I realized I was trying to scale a non-scalable offer. Like a done-for-you service is not the most scalable offer, right? Compare that to coaching, where you're selling advice, you're selling wisdom. You're not the one having to push the buttons and all of that. You're the guide. So I call this the core connection offer because I realize people buy coaches. There's that saying out there, people buy coaches, not coaching. It's built around you as the guide. Like you are the one that is going to guide someone through a transformation, and you can sell multiple levels of connection to you. You can sell tiers of access, and you can still keep it all simple with one core promise. See, this is where people get it messed up. They have various promises and various weird different offers. But the way this works is you have one core outcome in the middle and you just sell different tiers of access, right? So helping a gym owner hit 20K a month in recurring revenue would be like the core promise, right? This is what we're going to help you do. But there's multiple ways we can do that. Do one-on-one coaching. We can have group coaching. I can offer, workshops, courses, and then on the outer rim here, the outer circle, it's your free stuff, your free content. This is what sells people on you, your ideas. All right, so that's why I love this connection offer. It's because it meets people's demand where they're at. Instead of having to force someone to go straight from free into your high ticket one-on-one coaching, right? For 10K, they can get a little taste for $100. And it just greases up the whole process. It greases up the sales process where you're not having to do a lot of manipulating. You're not having to be some Grant Cardone sales master, right? You can literally just focus on creating value and meet people where they're at. And yeah, some people will jump straight from free into your one-on-one, but the fact that you have an offer for each stage of someone's buying process allows the maximum flexibility, right? The problem for me was I had this identity trap that I was stuck in. Like I just saw myself as an agency owner. So I could only provide a service because I'm an agency owner. I'm not a coach. I can't provide coaching, or I'm not a course creator. And we have all these stupid identity restrictions. And we're building a business out of a restrictive identity, right? We're building identity around modalities: course creator, coach, consultant, mentor, agency owner. They are all useless when it comes to building your business. The reality is you're guiding someone from point A to point B. There's a transformation you're helping someone accomplish. Nobody cares about the modality. You can use all of these modalities in your business model. And this is the foundation. This has been the secret sauce for me that has allowed me to be creative as well. Yeah, I can focus on creating a workshop this week, or I can some of my clients, they don't want to do one-on-one coaching. They just do group, right? So you can now build a business that aligns with your desires as well. You don't have to force yourself into a box. Okay. So this is the most important decision is getting your offer right. getting your offer structured properly, seeing yourself as a guide, right? Like that's like the best identity to build from. Like I call them freedom creators because we create freedom. That's what matters. We solve problems. We create freedom. So here's an example of implementing the core connection offer. This is Kim. She's one of my clients. She helps people learn how to flip real estate. And she was just selling one-off courses. All right. It was a churn and burn every month, having to sell these $997 courses. And she had no recurring revenue whatsoever. We immediately launched a group coaching program, uploaded everything into Skool, right? All the modules. Here's the roadmap, point A to point B to making your first flip. And we shifted the pricing to weekly pricing. So it was easy for people to get into her world. So with this group coaching program, we launched it. And about 6 months later, right? I think it's a realistic time frame. Now she's at $14,800 a month in recurring revenue. She has way more leverage, way more freedom. She's not having to chase these one-off sales. And she doesn't really do much one-on-one coaching. So she didn't want to, right? You can do whatever you want. Like for me, that's all I'm primarily focusing on one-on-one coaching. And one-on-one coaching can still be leverageable as well. The way I structure it is you can do 30 minutes of one-on-one time twice a month, give Slack access to you, right? And they still get access to the same course, just like your group coaching program. They get access to the same course modules, but they just get deeper access to you on a one-on-one intimate level. So hopefully you get the point there on the core connection offer. All right, let's talk about marketing. Let's talk about how I get clients. All right, obviously with ads, we're going to talk about that. But the main asset that has been a game changer in greasing up my sales process is a pre-sale VSL. That's what I call it. Because this VSL, its goal is to sell people on your ideals, your values, your unique mechanisms, right? It's built on the belief that marketing should do the selling. And it wasn't always like that for me. For me, I had to be strong in sales because my marketing was weak. I was cold DMing, a lot of cold outreach, cold email, and I would hop on these sales calls, even with ads, right? Cold ads, book a call funnels. They would hop on these calls and they'd be like, who are you again? Like, what's your offer? What's your guarantee? And then I'd have to spend over an hour just explaining who I am, why I'm credible, right? Why they should listen. What's my offer? How do I get them results? And it was just a pain in the butt, man. Like, that is no way to do sales. And I'll never forget when I created this VSL specifically for my dental funnel, when I was serving dentists, right? I hopped on a call with a guy that went through my VSL and he was like talking to an old friend. We were cool. He understood what I was all about. He understood my process of how I get them results. I didn't have to like overcome all these objections and do any manipulative stuff. And that's why we don't like sales, right? Because it feels manipulative. And it goes through a simple framework of intro, like hook. Here's the promise, how to get to 20 to 50K a month profit with a content ecosystem. That's what this one I was using. And then you have a strong hook that makes people want to watch. I don't like the one you're watching right now. And then you go a little bit through your story, show the old way of doing things, right? Contrast is really what matters. Here's what I tried. Here's why it didn't work. And here's what I'm doing now. And here's why that's working really well. So you create a solid, logical, airtight argument in someone's mind as to why your system works. So that is really the foundational piece, the asset that I have everybody create that comes into my world. And it should be like 10 to 20 minutes, but I'm freaking long-winded, I guess. So this one was really long, but the shorter, the better. And then we just drive traffic to this pre-sale VSL. We host it on a landing page so that we're capturing emails as well, because I always talk about building your email list. So this serves as like your lead magnet, right? I put it everywhere. YouTube description, put it on my Instagram, my Facebook, and then I use ads to drive more traffic to this pre-sale VSL. All right. So I use DM me ads and follower ads, and I also do some Skool ads, but I won't dive into that right now because I think most people can really just get the job done with IG ads. All right. And that's the challenge, right? There's so many different options out there. It's like, what kind of ad structure do I need to run? And sometimes you do just have to test, right? You have to test and find out what works for you. This is what works for me right now. these basic like story image ads with text. Boom, DM me the keyword blank to watch the free training. And then I run follower ads to cold traffic as well. So this builds the audience on Instagram where you're getting followers for a few bucks. And then everybody that follows you, you message them with your lead magnet to get them, drive them to that VSL as well. Right. So once again, we're not just relying on organic. Like I see people still like just doing organic, grinding away. And I did that first season and it was depressing, man. It's like I'm creating decent content, but nobody's seeing it, nobody's engaging, and that's not good for your psyche, right? Then you can easily start slipping into like, oh man, my stuff just must suck. When it's not the reality, it's just nobody's seeing it. It's no way to build a business. You need a form of leverage where I'm not having to create content every day. I still create content, but it's more like when I'm feeling the inspiration. So that's the power of ads. You need ads to grow your coaching offer. Without it, you're going to have inconsistency, right? And it's not fun. But some of the main reasons people don't run ads are like these are some of the things that I've heard. I'm just not ready yet. I'm just not ready for ads yet. They're kind of expensive. Like I just need to max out organic first, and then I'll get into ads. And it's usually like this fear, right? This fear of wasting money, or this fear of like I'm just not ready yet. And the reality is, man, you can start with $10 a day. Like you don't need a huge budget. Like start now. If your offer is validated, like meaning you sold your offer and you've helped someone, like you're ready for ads. Okay. And some other things are like, I'm not tech savvy, dude. The stuff, they make it so easy today where you just push a few buttons. You don't need some advertising agency to run the ads for you. Like you can set this up in a day. And sometimes we have these mental blocks of like, we feel like it's going to be some complex thing that we got to learn. It's going to take so much of my time and energy. I'm just not going to be able to figure it out. And then you just watch one YouTube video and then you just do it and set it up. And you're like, wow, that was actually a lot easier than I thought. I'm sure you've all had experiences like that. The same thing goes with ads. Or maybe you've tried them in the past. You've tried them, you've tried once, and it didn't work, right? I mean, this statement has transcended industries and business models. Gym, when I was running a gym, oh, I've tried working out before, it doesn't work. Oh, I've tried this diet, it doesn't work before, right? If you're a fitness coach, I'm sure you've heard this a million times. No matter what type of transformation you coach people on, you've heard this yourself. The reality is you haven't tried it all. Like sometimes it's your second ad that crushes it. Sometimes it's your 20th ad that crushes it, right? But it's that 20th ad that crushes it that makes up for all the money you invested in the past. Right. And that's the other thing. This ain't an expense. This is an investment. Ads are one of the best investments. And if you should find someone that knows what they're talking about, that's for sure. Now, I do use a school community. It's not necessary really, but like I use this on the back end of my opt-ins, right? Everybody that opts into my VSL, I also send them an invite to join my community. It's just another way to nurture people. I also use a software here for automated outreach. I have a YouTube video on it, so I won't go too in depth, but basically it just grows your audience on autopilot, right? On Instagram, sends out engagements to your perfect ideal target market, and like on Facebook. So it connects to like all of your social media. Like on Facebook, I send 50 requests a day and it's all automated. So this is the power of paid ads. I helped Katie Fleece with her ads. She is a very successful online fitness coach. She's doing over 7 figures. And they did the work. I just helped them with their ads. By no means do I take credit for their stuff. She's got a great brand. She's energetic. And she crushes it, right? Patrick here was going from, he tried his own ads for a while and just needed a few tweaks. So we helped him. And when he first started, like he closed 6K his first month, then 20K overall from my help. So this is the power of ads, man. You start implementing ads, it's like, it's rocket fuel. It's not a magic pill. Like you got to have your offer dialed in, but once you do, ads are a game changer. And this is Miguel Diaz, also helped him with his advertising. He does over 100K a month as well using these advertising systems. Super simple. All right. Pillar of the Freedom Creator model is an authority content ecosystem. This is the framework to really helping you position yourself as the guide. And I got this from Donald Miller's Story Brand. This whole concept of the guide, not the hero. The reality is that your consumers, your clients, they are all the heroes of their own story. They don't want another hero to help them. They want a guide, right? Like the Morpheus to the Neo. That's who you want to be. You want to be the Yoda to the Luke Skywalker. So there's just that subtle mindset shift that I found to help me, where you don't have to be this guy. The hero's typically someone in their marketing, they're just like showing off a lot. Just they kind of put off the vibe of like, I'm so cool, I'm a show off, look at all how amazing I am, compared to, yeah, I've done some stuff, I have credibility, I can help you, but this is about you. This is about you, right? And to me, that's just the heart of God as well. It's like, Jesus, dude, he came to serve. He came to serve. So when you have a heart of a servant, I think you can position yourself as a guide. Practically, what does that look like? There's two levers you got to pull: empathy and authority. You got to demonstrate that you know what you're talking about. That's authority. And you got to demonstrate that empathy, right? People need to say, like, man, yeah, he gets me. Like, he understands me. And that's when you get into your vibe attracts your tribe. Right. So having this authority content ecosystem, this is what I help my clients with. This is what has helped me overcome, like, oh, what do I post my content about today? Right. Like, what do I post in my content? What do I write about? What do I say? Because this is really what's going to help you build your brand. And it is a combination of your unique mechanisms, your world, and your identity. But just to kind of demonstrate this, the power of this, like I remember one of my mentors telling me a story of how he bought chickens, right? He bought chickens one day and he posted that on Facebook. And then the next day he got a client because they were all stoked about him buying chickens. Apparently it's like a homesteading thing. And he was like, dude, you're my guy. I knew it. All because he related to the fact that he had chickens as well. Right? Obviously, that's not the only thing, but those are the differentiating factors in a world where there are tons of coaches, there are tons of people who do what you do. You got to lean in to what makes you unique. Right? The people that are attracted to me usually have an element of faith, right? To no surprise, because that's similar to me. They have a strong value for freedom. They want to build a business so they can live a free life, right? That's what the kind of people that I attract. So the last pillar of the Freedom Creator model is the inner world, the inner game, the psychology, the mindset, whatever you want to call it, the woo-woo. And this is a lot of the stuff most people overlook. And sometimes it's a little too spiritual or ethereal, impractical. But the reality is, if you're like me and you believe the word, it's like Proverbs 4:23. This is something I've stood on for life, right? Because I just agree with it and I come back to it. It's like, guard your heart above all else, for it is the source of life. Above all else, guard your heart, for out of it flow the issues of life. That's another translation. And biblically, the heart is like your thoughts, your will, your affections, your emotions. Like it's your inner world. And the word instructs us that above all else in your life, make sure you guard it. Make sure you guard what thoughts you're dwelling on, right? And that's why other verses in the Bible are like, don't be conformed to the pattern of this world, but renew your mind, right? Renew your mind. Okay, so there's this element of, yeah, like what am I believing? And that's why, like when you're scrolling social media, you got to be careful, because all of that stuff, they're projecting their own beliefs upon you. And it's easy to let your heart go into like comparison or starting to desire what someone else desires. And that can take you down a path. Like for me, like a lot of Hormozy stuff is amazing, but too much, I got to guard myself, because that's not I'm not trying to build $100 million business and just grind. Like I have a family. My greatest desire is to have freedom. So you got to guard your heart. And most people overlook this stuff, but there is, the people in my world, they value this stuff. Okay. They value the beliefs system. And, Tony Robbins, for example, 80% of success is psychology, 20% is strategy. I don't know if that's true. the exact percentages, but it really drives home the point that you're not going to outgrow your mindset. If you have terrible beliefs and you're always in an emotional state of scarcity and lack, it's like, dude, that is going to affect your world. That is going to affect the success of your business and your life. So, those are really the four foundational pillars that have helped me achieve my version of success, building a freedom business. And I would love to help you out. I have a roadmap here of everything you need to do from point A to point B. Obviously, there's always some customization, and some of the things won't apply and some things will. But if you're interested in working together, there'll be a link here below. You can shoot me a DM, and I'll be happy to shoot over the details of how I can help, either my one-on-one coaching or my group coaching, whatever makes the most sense. Shoot me over DM. Would love to chat and see if it would make sense for you.